So what do? We get back in touch with superconscious mind, and the moment we do that, our body begins to transform, and it continues to transform until, once again, those two pictures match each other exactly. And it's not limited just to our physical body. You have to understand that back in the day, there was a lot of focus on physical healing because medical technology was not what it is now. Doctors gave up quicker. They didn't have all the medicine and the machines and the vaccines and everything we have today. So it was not unusual to see people of that time seeking the help and the support of a metaphysical practitioner in the area of body healing. Well, what do we know about principle? It works in every area of our lives. So I would include in that God imprint not just the body, but the body of our affairs. I think it's fair to say that when we were created, the divine imprinted on our superconscious mind pictures of everything, every area of our lives. The perfect body, the perfect relationships, the perfect work, the perfect abundance, the perfect wealth, the perfect health, the perfect everything. And then left us alone to create the lives of our making. And in some ways, those pictures match up, and in some ways, they don't. But here's the thing. Those perfect pictures are permanent. They are permanent ideas in the mind of God. Hence, they are permanent ideas in our superconscious mind. And they are available to us anytime we deliberately choose to access them and to live by them, to allow them to unfold in our reality. Okay. That good has already been created. We just have to access it. How do we do that? How do we go to that place and actually access the information, the ideas, the perfect pictures? Well, it requires us to employ our inner vision, doesn't it? We can't ever be looking outside ourselves. The contents of superconscious mind are revealed via our inner vision. Emma Curtis Hopkins says that it starts there, that it starts with inner vision, followed by our thought, followed by physical conditions. In a sense, we're prone to thinking of thought coming first, but we're going to move that around a little bit and put thought in the middle because our inner vision comes first. It allows us to see those perfect, permanent ideas, the divine ideas. Our thought emerges from that, and our physical conditions follow. Fillmore actually echoes her claim. He would, of course, because she was his teacher. He says, ideas have a permanent existence. All ideas already abide in mind. They would have to, wouldn't they? Because the one thing we know for certain about divine mind is that it is eternal. It had no beginning. It will have no end. It is infinite. It is eternal. So anything contained in it is also infinite and eternal. So those ideas are not new. They're not hot off the shelf or fads or some kind of experiment that God's thinking about. It doesn't work that way. The ideas have always been there, and they always will be. Those ideas are divine, and they give rise to our thoughts and our words. So the prototype exists. It's always been there. What we have to do is align with it, align our thought and word with it, and put our unique imprint on it. This is what makes life interesting. This is how, when we start to consider the idea of oneness, of unity, and we look around our world and we see everyone is different, everything is different. There's so much. Yes. That is spirit expressing in diversity and multiplicity, because each and every individual, every life form, not just human beings, every life form has put its own unique imprint on the permanent divine idea. Let's go back to our part, what we do. Consciousness, prayer, and faith. Let's start by talking about our consciousness. How do we begin? It is written that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a flat tire. That's true for some of us, isn't it? Something bad or challenging has to happen before we wake up and say, whoa, I need to change my way of thinking. I need to elevate my consciousness. Well, we don't have to wait for a crisis, do we? We can start now. Even if everything's going really well, we don't have to sit on our laurels. We can actually raise our consciousness because the law of attraction is always in operation. 24/7, 365, and 366 on leap years. It's always doing what it does without fail. Okay, so we need to deliberately and consciously access it and do that on an ongoing basis, not wait for trouble to appear, not wait for someone to offend us or to get fired from a job or someone to die or someone to leave us. It's meant for us to use it in the good times too. Okay? Another thing, I think some of us tend to focus it on the areas we think need improvement. Oh, I've got my money worked out, so I'm going to focus on health. Hello, practitioner, I need a treatment for health. Or my relationships are wonderful, but I have no creative expression. That's where I'm going to focus. Areas that need improvement, I'm putting that in air quotes. If we, as students of truth, are studying metaphysics for the purpose of healing our body, improving our finances, increasing our business, or even just finding a parking spot, guess what Emma says? Our words are like shells filled only with desire. What do you think she means? If we are looking to make something better because it's not okay, we are implying that something needs to be fixed or that something is wrong or it's not good enough or it's not enough, period. So our words are empty because they're coming from a place of lack, from a place of need or hunger or dissatisfaction. And that type of thinking and those types of words are shells filled only with desire because it's coming from a place of not being whole. What does she say? We must study metaphysics for its own sake. Not to improve our conditions, not to get well or get rich or get a parking place or get anything, but for its own sake. Only in this way will we be able to enjoy long-term, ongoing demonstrations of the good that is ours by divine birthright. We must study metaphysics for the expression of our soul, not from need or want or hunger, because those sentiments feed on the past, don't they? Because in truth, in this very moment, we have everything we need, absolutely everything we need. There is nothing missing from the here and now. That's not only true of us, it's true of everyone in this world. Every person everywhere has everything they need right in this moment, and there is absolutely nothing missing. So rather than trying to use our teaching to demonstrate something out of want, need, lack, dissatisfaction, want, hunger, any of those, out of the idea that something is missing or something needs to get better, we do it for the sake of the teaching itself. We do it for the expression of our soul. And you know what happens when we're willing to do that? We are blessed and prospered in every area of our lives. There is no way we can focus on the expression of our soul without that covering everything and leaving out nothing. How do we get there? Prayer is what we do here, right? We use affirmative prayer to put into motion our beliefs, to actually practice what we teach, what we learn.